Have you ever been lost? I mean, absolutely without any bearing, because everything you've relied on has now become an illusion, lost. You know, as leaders, it's important that you not get lost. You need to know where you're going, you need to go there, and the people behind you need to know that they're following someone that has a good sense of vision and direction and purpose. Hi, my name is Andrew Street with Street Leadership International. Thanks for joining me. There was a time when I was vacationing with my family, my wife's family, in the coast of Maine, in the state of Maine in the United States, and we went to visit a lighthouse along Maine's jaggy coast. And just outside this one particular lighthouse was a walking trail, and we took it, and you could see on the east side of the trail there was the waves of the Atlantic Ocean crashing into the jagged cliffs, and then on the other side, of course, was Maine's thick, dense vegetation. As we walked along the trail, we saw this tangent, this bunny trail, wandering off inside to the woods, and we thought, hey, this would be fun, let's go for an adventure. And so we did. And we followed this trail into the woods, and eventually it came out, emptied out into a clearing. We looked past the clearing, and we thought the trail continued there. When we followed it, and all of a sudden it just, right before our eyes, withered up and disappeared. Well, that was a little disconcerting. We went on forward trying to maybe think that this trail might reappear somewhere, but it never did. So we decided it's time to turn around. So we all turned around, and as we turned around, we each found ourselves looking in a different direction. Well, I said, hey, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure what I see right there is that clearing that the first trail emptied out to. We'll get to the clearing. On the other side of the clearing will be the bunny trail that we encountered on. Well, that clearing that I thought I saw was just the mask of the fog. There was fog so thick that it covered over all of the trees and vegetation, so in any given direction it looked like a clearing was there because you couldn't see past the fog. So there was no clearing. And at that point we decided to look for some sort of solid direction. So we looked for the sun. If we could find out where the sun was, we'd be able to get a bearing. But again, the fog was so thick that we literally could not see the sky or the sun above us. And of course, without the sun, there's no shadow. Well, the next thing you look for is you look for that green moss that grows on the north side of the tree. So we looked for it. And we found out that the atmosphere in that part of the country is so moist that moss grows 360 degrees around the tree. So no sun, no shadows, no north. We started yelling for help, and all of the vegetation there sucked in the sound so it didn't reach hardly 100 feet away. But then there was one sound that echoed back. It was the sound of the foghorn from the lighthouse. So we thought, we've got something finally we can latch onto. And so we started to follow the sound of that foghorn, only to realize that there was another foghorn from another lighthouse in another direction. And I mean to tell you, we were lost. You know, a lot of people find themselves in places where they are absolutely lost. You'll find guys working for a company and their boss tells them to do something that's unethical. And man, he sure would like to get out of it, but he's already done a few of these favors for his boss, so whether he does it again or doesn't do it, he's in trouble. I find working with young people, there's a boy and a girl, they get too close. She gives him her body so that in the hopes that she can keep her boyfriend. She finds herself pregnant, her parents are angry at her, and now she's got the choice to either leave home or kill her baby. And she is absolutely lost, and the boyfriend, he's long gone anyway. You know, people are looking for direction. What do you do when people are lost. This is where leadership really matters. You have to know where you're going. Well, it takes 3 points to make a straight line. So my sister-in-law was in the group, and so she anchored the rear point, and then my wife came and anchored the second point, and I forged on ahead, and I would work my way through the brush and the thickets until I could see both of my wife and my sister-in-law and stand right in front of them making a straight point. And then finally my sister-in-law came forward, my wife came to meet me, and I plodded on further still. Finally, we got out of the woods. We got back to our family, and what was really interesting is that according to the map, which is why we took this rabbit trail in the first place, the map showed this big path going in a circle. And I asked my father-in-law, and I said, "Hey, where did this circle go? We never got to the other side." He said, "Well, that's a good question. I'm not sure where the circle went because the map was wrong." And a lot of times people are going to be relying on their own maps, and sometimes the maps are wrong. And it's important that you as a leader learn the principles of truth and trust and value and even righteousness so that you can lead people in the right direction.